Hi, welcome to my channel. This is just a little segment that I'm going to do on a weekly basis because I thought it was really useful. It might be really useful, and it's called If It Were Me. So this is going to go out once a week, possibly on a Monday or a Tuesday. If it were me, I am going to come up with a scenario and tell you what I would do to manifest in this situation, and I'm going to talk about relationships. So I'm going to talk today about if it were me and I wanted to manifest an ex back. Let's say I'd broken up with Jeremy, I've been single for a while, I was thinking of an ex that I had years ago that I really wanted to be back with. So maybe it hadn't ended too well, or maybe it had and we just hadn't had any contact for a bit. What would I do? Okay, the first thing I would do is I would get really clear. So I'd have the feeling first, because you have a feeling about something, don't you? And I think, okay, yeah, I think that would be interesting to revisit. And this is me saying it as if it's not somebody I've got immediate baggage with, but we can cover that too. This is just what I'm going with today. Okay, so what would I do? I'd get clarity on it. Why do I want to spend time with this person? Why would I like to have an opportunity? Because when we look at manifesting, it's not really, we don't really manifest that exact thing unless we've just had a pure feeling about something, a bit like when I met Jeremy and I had this pure feeling that I was going to marry him. Okay, that did happen exactly as. But generally, when we are intentionally manifesting something, we get the opportunity to have it. So, okay, I want the opportunity to start dating this particular person again. Okay. Right, get clarity on it. Why do I want to? What's great about this person? What did I like about this person? Okay. And, you know, would they be good company? Would we have anything in common? Can I come up with anything that I would have to compromise in order to be with this person that I wouldn't particularly want to do or I wouldn't feel comfortable with? If there's anything there, and it could be something like moving away to be with somebody, or not particularly getting on with their family, or there might just be a compromise in there. So you bring out those compromises and you say, okay, yeah, but what do I want more? Am I more concerned about a compromise, or am I more concerned about being with the person? Okay, yeah, moving away, let's take that. Yeah, that is a compromise, and it wouldn't be the best thing because I like where I am, but the fact is I really do want to be with this person, and yet I can move away because I can still come back and visit. And so you counteract that compromise within you, so you get real clarity on that. Write it all down. It's really good writing things down with a pen or a pencil. Don't do it on a computer, it's not the same, just doesn't have the same effect for some reason. I'm not one for writing much stuff down, and I'm not a scripter, but I do like it for getting clarity. So you get all that down on paper, so you're really clear in your mind why you would like the opportunity to date that person again. Don't worry about what's going on in their life, it's completely irrelevant. Don't think if whatever, we don't even don't look at what they're doing and think but this and but that. Just take that out of the equation. All we're doing here is an experiment, okay? So I do that, and then I would think, if I heard from them tomorrow and they asked me to go for a drink, how would that feel? And then I would find that feeling inside of me. I might be able to find it straight away, I might not be able to, it might take a while, but I'd go back to it. If I couldn't find it for a while, I'd go back and try it again, and I might do that 4, 5, 6 times maybe. I wouldn't get stuck in the visualizing cycle because that can happen. I just wouldn't go there, because I know when you start visualizing something, you bring in all kinds of different feelings and emotions, and it clouds it. It really can. Setting a visual is better to set an exact visual for about 2 weeks and then drop it, not do it anymore, and just keep it really on point for 2 minutes at a time if you're doing it in order to manifest. If you get stuck in visualizing all of the time, you will get little snippets of things, but it will be so mixed up with other emotion that generally, in my case, it might not be the case for you, but in my case it wouldn't be the way to go if I was purposely wanting to bring somebody into my life. So I wouldn't do that. I would purely go with the feeling. I would feel it, and then I would feel the real desire for it. Yeah, I have a real desire for that. Let's feel that desire. What does it feel like? It's pretty powerful. Just sit with it for a minute or so, let it go. I might do the feeling thing on and off, and then I would decide, I've done enough now. If I do any more, I'm going to get into obsession, because it's so easy to get like that with people, and I particularly could. So I would stop, and that would be it. And I would say, okay, now I'm going to live my life, because I do not want this to take over my life, because if it does, then I'm going to go into push energy and I'm not going to get anything. I mean, I've spoken to so many people that have worked with this and got people years ago to come back to them that they haven't heard from years, to have meetups with, and drinks and coffees and meals and all kinds of things. So nothing is out of the realms of possibility. So that's what I would do if it was somebody that I just wanted to get back in touch with. Okay. Here's what I would do. I think I'll include this in here. Here's what I would do if it was let's say Jeremy and I had split up. Let's say he had ended it. I'd done something maybe to upset him greatly, obviously, if he's going to chuck in 27 years together, and we'd split up, and he'd said, there is no chance this is ever going to happen again. I'm done with you. I'm through. I'm moving on. Right. So that would seem like impossible circumstances. So what would I do? Okay, I would know that didn't matter. I would just absolutely know that I could manifest him back despite that. But what I wouldn't do, again, is get stuck in the visual. I just wouldn't do that. I would get the feeling of it. How would I feel if he changed his mind? Because he could just change his mind. I know he could. Okay, I wouldn't give him any reasons. I wouldn't come up with reasons why he might change his mind. I would just get real clarity. No, I want to be back together because... And then I would come up with the reasons that I wanted. I feel it would work and I would like it again and I would feel it. I would feel that relationship. I would go back to a point in our relationship when we were both really, really happy, and I would feel the energy of that. That's all I would do. I would do that on and off, on and off. I would maybe do it for 3 weeks, 4 weeks maybe, because it's a huge thing, isn't it, when a marriage is split like that. Maybe I would do it for 4 weeks because I'd feel like I'd really done something then and I'd really built the momentum up around that feeling. I wouldn't have to. I could just do it for a day. But I'd probably feel that a month was adequate, a month was a decent amount of time. And then what would I do? I would say, okay, I can't do anything more now. And I would try and intuitively feel it's done. It is done. It is going to happen at some point. And then I would think, now I am going to do my utmost to enjoy my life as it is, because who knows what's going to happen in life, how long we're going to be here. I am going to do my utmost to enjoy it. Maybe that's socialising more, maybe that is even dating, you know, if that, I wouldn't worry about doing that at all, because that would be a great distraction. Because even if you just date people and you have fun and you don't want to see them again, you've been quite distracted in that evening. When you do go out, if you do go on a date with somebody else, don't compare them to that person. Just see that date as a distraction and nothing more, because it'll be more fun that way, and you won't spend the whole night thinking, they're all right, but you know, you're not doing it for that reason. It's purely a distraction. I would do that for sure. Even if I was still really hung up and really wanted to be with Jeremy and still felt that slight attachment, I would know that if I went out and spent time with other people, then I would release that attachment slightly, because I would be detached at least a few moments during that evening. So I wouldn't have a problem doing that. Life is to be lived, life is to be enjoyed. And I get it, this is just me, and you may think, no way do I want to date someone else. And I say, fair enough, that's absolutely fair enough. I'm just looking at me. I like throwing myself into things. I like distracting myself. I like having fun with people. I like people. I like meeting people. Whether it works out on a relationship level or not, you know, I enjoy different people's company. So it would be something that I enjoyed. I like that social thing. So that's just me. I may not do that. It would depend how raw I felt. I might like think, no way can I turn around and do that at the moment. But again, I would purely use a feeling technique, and I would use that old energy. Anything that I had knocking around, I wouldn't have resentment, because I do not suffer resentment. I've never suffered resentment. I'm lucky. I know I'm lucky. And I think it comes from my dad. My dad was like that. Just completely, something would happen, he'd deal with it, get over it. And he really would, I believe, you know, unless there was stuff going on in him that I didn't know about. And so I believe that I've taken after him. So I'm never resentful. I just, once something's done, it's done. If I fall out with somebody over something, which I don't do anymore, I did when I was younger, but you know, I don't. If there's an argument, say if Jeremy and I have an argument, and maybe it's a really huge argument, I won't last it for days or anything, and I won't go back to it. I won't think about it again. I'll get it out, we'll deal with it, and that will be done. I never bear a grudge, so try not to do that, because it won't serve you. The only person it will affect and hurt is you. It won't hurt the other person. So if you can practice not doing that, like I said, I'm lucky because I don't have that in me. It just isn't there. So I wouldn't have that issue. But if there was anything like attachment to the outcome, for example, I would go, okay, I heal my attachment to the outcome. I would own my attachment to the outcome. I wouldn't pretend that I wasn't attached. I wouldn't start saying I'm detached, because I wouldn't be. So I would deal with what was going on. I would own it, and I would say I've done the best that I can do now. There's nothing else that I can do. Once I've had that intuitive feeling it is done, I know it's going to happen at some point, but it might be 6 months down the line. And in that time, I'm not going to mope. I am not going to think that I can't live my life without that person, without him in my life. I'm going to live it to the best of my ability, and it will happen when it happens. And that's that. And that's what I would do if it were me. I really hope that was useful, and I really think this could be an interesting segment. So if you've got any questions and you want me to do an if it were me on something, please do ask me, because I'm totally open to suggestions. So thanks for watching. I'm a coach, I am a writer, all of my books are based around the law of attraction. My son Harrison has a law of attraction channel. We do a weekly podcast, which is listed below. I always list the most recent one in whichever video I'm doing. We're off to do another one in a minute. I'm off round to his in a moment. And there's a members area on my website, which is completely free to join at the moment. I don't know whether it will stay like that. You can upgrade and pay, but you don't need to. So you can go ahead and join that. There's a members hub there where you can talk to other members, people that are into the same thing as you, and also there are tons of modules. That's video content, written content, papers and all kinds of stuff in there. Just pop along and have a look, and all you need to do to sign up is just put your email address in, basically. And don't worry, I won't bombard you with emails or anything like that. It's just purely a security thing, so that you've got an account to log into. And that is that. Thanks for watching.